can party all night. It's the best of the best friend weekend. We can party all night. It's the best of the best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Ross moving, Lowe's, Rumble, Aldo, Nice is the uncle.
I was just chilling the other day, scrolling on IG or whatever on the Explore page, and I bumped into my uncle. That boy created him a gram, and like I just was taken back for a second, but I just thought that was just super funny. But then with that, I just got to thinking, and that brings me to my next point. I was just thinking like, Unc might not be ready for that gram. The gram could be a bit much if you're not ready for the gram. Like if you're older a certain age and just don't get what's going on, the gram could just I don't know, just mess over you with them chicks over there on there that's not really as bad as they really are in real life. People scamming. People just doing whatever they want on the gram. And I just hope Unc don't get himself in trouble. Just getting lost in sauce and just not in his right, environment currently, messing around on that gram.
And whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. It's your man Aldo Nice.
It's your boy Raj Smooth.
Wow, it's your boy Los, aka CAP.
Rumble speaking a little bit of truth. He's speaking truth to power, as people would say, so to speak, right there. I did also see.
I want to say something.
Go ahead.
I don't know if Los know, but I feel like there's a very large population that would know that you have more than one uncle. You and Rumble share the same uncles. That we all know what uncle he's talking about.
I mean, no, he's not. You actually don't know which uncle he's talking about. Nope.
I definitely don't know.
You would think it's the one that's the obvious, but it's not, and I think that's what has him taken aback. Yeah. It's not him. So we'll discuss that off air. But the point is, the uncle that's on the ground, Rumble screenshotted and sent, and I thought he was funny too. But the first thing I went to that man page to see, like, let me see what that man page is. And first thing I noticed, it was public. And I was like, okay, you might want to be private, brother. You might want to be private. So then with him being public, I was able to click on who he follows and who follows him. And yeah, it was a bunch of things that could get you in trouble.
There's a bunch of he not ready for that. He wasn't ready.
A bunch of he not ready for the gram taking place on his timeline.
They got their magic tricks on the gram.
Yeah. Boy. I mean, and then some was following him back. And I was like, that's not a good look. You don't need that thing following you and you following her back. And it's saying like the same city you live in as her residence. I'm like, no, that's not a good look. That's not a good look, my brother. At all.
we don't. Nobody wants to know them transactions just going on.
I mean, paper trail online is easy.
You know what it is though? When you get to a certain age, okay, so like when we all, I feel like we all around the same age. When we get to a certain age and they got some shit that come out that's like our little nephews talking about, hey, that's not like my uncle Smooth, my uncle Aldo, my uncle Los ain't ready for that on their podcast. Like whenever that moment happens, then we shouldn't be there. Like we shouldn't. I'm not gonna be a part of that revolution. That's not gonna be.
I don't think it's a problem with you being. I just think if they tell you tripping and to relax, you got to listen to them.
Yeah, you're supposed to listen to people
and be like, look,
if that's their lane,
private, and unfollow all them. This how I go. I'm listening.
I'ma always have that.
My niece and nephew tell me, hey,
you can follow them.
Yeah.
Just be private.
Yeah. You tripping.
But as an older person, I'm gonna always have that like excuse where, oh man, I don't know nothing about that. Like I'm gonna be like, I don't really know how to use that. Like talking about, I just saw something about you suggested users or something like that, and I just was clicking around on that shit. I feel like
didn't that happen like a couple years ago? I can't remember exactly who, but like somebody like who was like Vlade Divac. Wasn't like Vlade Divac following some thoughts or something, or some porn pages or something, and they came back and got him. I mean,
he definitely knew what he was doing.
And the first thing they say is, "Oh no, man, I didn't know what I was doing." I mean, that's a legit excuse. But I feel
like what age do you reach whenever you don't like that shit no more?
That's why I'm going. I feel like I feel like you don't get there. They don't make that age, man. They don't make that
I feel like it's the same equivalent when all the old people start getting on Facebook.
Yeah,
and you like, okay.
Well, no, I feel like there's levels to what I should be concerned about you being scammed about, or like Rumble made it a point to say scamming. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like if you under 40, you should be well versed with the rules of Instagram.
Yes.
If you 40 to 60, I might be concerned about some scamming in the sense of like maybe things hollering at you in your inbox and you think it's something, but they might be catfishing, mm-hmm. or like some other stuff like that might not even. I might even say 45 to 60. I feel like if you're under 45, you should know better. Over 60, I'm more concerned about like somebody trying to scam your loot, like Nigerian lottery scheme, or somebody trying to call you and steal your identity.
I feel like that's a 70+ thing.
Yeah,
I mean, to some black people, if you a little old woman somewhere sitting up and a man tell you got this money, you got grandkids need stuff, you know what I'm saying? You need your little heart medicine, and you struggling every month. You be like, all I gotta do is send you $150, and I get $200 billion. Okay.
Sidebar, you ever looked at the comment? I always look at everybody's comments, but you ever looked at comments of like celebrities pages and people like, I know you might not read this, but I'm a 17-year-old rapper and I'm trying to get put on. Mm-hmm. Or like, I know you might not read this, but me and my kids just got put out, mm-hmm. and we on the street and we need some money. Like, who does that? Who posts those things? And they be having like likes, but then sometimes people go at their neck and be like, "Ooh, damn, I'm sorry, my life is hard too."
Yeah, I actually want to point that out because you sent me, and it might have been Los, a couple other people, something on Big Baby page.
Yeah, Big Baby.
And I was thinking, like, I typed something back. Didn't I say something back?
Yeah, you said why that man don't follow nobody.
I mean, no. I said why that man don't have no posts. Yeah. And I had some other stuff typed, like some.
Well, my answer to that when you said it was like, cause that man only like 6'4". He never had no posts. Nigga was never nice in that
fire.
post.
Did you say that? I didn't see it. I missed it.
I thought it. I never typed it.
Why didn't you say that? That's fire. Trolling that man on his page. That's dope. I would have. I think I need you to go say that. It's never too late. Shout out Luther.
We've been going viral this week, so yeah, maybe.
So anyway, what I was thinking, like, I think I typed some. I don't really remember, but I typed some more stuff, and I said, nah, that's along the same lines of like, you know, people being like, hey, LeBron, you my favorite player, with 100 million other comments saying the same thing.
You was going to say something to Big Baby?
I was going to say something to Big Baby. Like, I was going to at that man in the post. I was going to be like, I forgot. I don't know what I was going to say, but I was going to say something
I would have been disappointed in myself. Good game, Dame Lillard. Good game, Dame Lillard.
Them boys locked you up tonight, Dame.
Hey, I was like, whenever we really get in the podcast studio, like, and have all of the bells and whistles, that's gonna be one of the little buttons you can press. Yeah. With Rumble saying, "Good game, Dame Lillard." I'm sure we got 1,000 quotables like that. But yeah, man. I mean, the Gram's a dangerous place if you don't know, man. It could be a dangerous place.
Hey, proceed with caution.
That's all we can say. So let's get it cracking. Let's get into the topics, man. You know what burns my Buddha this week?
What burned your Buddha?
First thing, okay, so I don't know. Y'all two might have different experiences than me, but two things. This is a twofold thing. I work on the 7th floor in a building, mm-hmm. and you know, when you work somewhere, you gotta find the place where you could take a shit. Mm-hmm. You gotta have a shit spot, right? Yeah. Most times, it's not on your floor. Mm-hmm. I feel like people take advantage of our little 7th floor. I feel like it'd be buku people just coming down there and just popping up in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. So I went in the bathroom the other day, dude, letting loose. Like it sounded ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But why you gotta like clear your throat and stuff while you're shitting too? That bothers me, for one. This is the first part of it. When people like... Like, why are you doing that? When it's bad enough you're in there. I'm hearing douche. But you got to do all that cleaning your sinuses and shit. Like I don't like that.
Can't breathe.
I want to tell you. I want to tell you what I get from this because I always pick one thing. You just said some people you hear go douche. If somebody goes douche, my experience with taking shits is you gotta cut it off for it to go douche. My shit usually is touching the water and my ass at the same time.
And then casserole it.
I'm swirling it in there. You know, like when you go to like froyo. You know, like touch the cup and the tip at the same time.
I got you,
boy. Shit, cannonball.
That's funny.
Now, I said all of that, but that's not even the point that burns my Buddha. The point that burns my Buddha is when I went to the urinal. I don't understand why there's hair in the urinal. Now, women out there might not understand what that means, but the urinal is, you know, when the men stand over to pee. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why would there be pubic hair in it? And it's consistent, consistently pubic hair in the urinal.
That's an Indian. They hairy people.
It do look like good hair.
It's Indian people hair, man.
So neither one of y'all know. Rod, you saying why too? Like you don't know why?
No, I'm saying why it's an Indian person. Like I feel like people like I feel like my pubic hairs around toilets, like so pubic hairs in bathrooms are very prevalent. Like it happens. Like
a urinal? Are you just pulling out? Are you just pulling out your little hair? How that
it could be like stuck in the zipper or something. When you unzip it, it's zip, you know, and it just kind of floats its way.
That boy got his hair stuck in his zipper.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's stuck in the little button. Like I wear buttons. I wear button fly boxers. So maybe it's stuck in the button some kind of way. And when you're pulling that wood out, you know it. You know what I'm saying? Like it could happen. I don't know. That's not weird to me.
I'm way more of a fan of the tuck over fly. So that means you don't ever pull it out of the fly with the tuck over fly.
So you unbutton the pants and then pull it over the boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes, I mean, granted, I do that too. Whenever I wear my skinniest of skinny jeans, I wear like tight boxer briefs. And so there's no hole. So I gotta go with the pullover.
But I think I'm just gonna pull my. I think I'm gonna pull mine through its hole.
But sometimes I just don't know.
I'm the first grown man in a long time I know that still wear boxers though.
It's for a multitude of reasons, but you know, I like it. It feels better to me. It feels good.
I wear boxers after I've worked. If I work out and then I'm just gonna be in the house for the rest of the day, then I like it's not even boxers, but it's like he said, like it's boxer briefs, but they're real loose. Like I got a couple polo ones that's like real loose boxer briefs.
When they got a button on it?
Yeah, got a button on it.
Oh, okay.
And then
I
wear that around the house.
I'm thinking.
I don't know if y'all know. I don't know. Okay, so like here's where I want. I don't know if y'all boys going with like old school. No, I do wear like Hanes, Fruit of the Loom boxers, but they gotta be like cotton. Like they gotta be like kind of stretch. I can't wear them ones that's like no stretch. I gotta be able to pull them out of my ass.
Okay.
Because they had a lot of experience as a child where you probably had butterscotch and wet booty with some polyester feeling rayon.
Definitely had some silk boxes before. Like this ain't.
I get your point, but I mean, burning my booty is just the hair in the urinal. I hate it. But that's the first thing. Second thing that burns my booty. Let's switch it up a little bit. Shared Facebook pages.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all thoughts on shared Facebook pages?
So obviously the middle initial, because Facebook only lets you put an N, is in. I mean, only lets you put a letter, is in. So when I see Al in whoever, or Los in whoever, like that aggravates me. Like, get your own shit.
I don't be on Facebook enough. I never seen a shared Facebook page.
These things don't exist, though. It's these, like, I don't think I've ever talked to a woman who would want that.
Yeah, that's too much.
And you know, can I tell you something that brought it up to my attention today? There was a guy, and his wife posted. It was a throwback Thursday of him, but it was like Torian and Renee, and it was a throwback of him, and it was like, "Ooh, I want y'all to see my fine husband when he was in high school," and I'm like, "But it's him." And then he responded like, "Oh man, y'all going hard on me." But it's him. They was both responding from the same account.
That's weird.
It was weird, dog.
So y'all boys know where I stand with Apple. I want my own iCloud. I want my own Facebook. Like, I would never share. Like, look, let me tell you, if it came to the point.
Oh, you like Seti Rock. I got you.
When it come to the point when it comes to the point where you crazy, stop that. Stop. Don't do that. This podcast is brought to you by Steady Rock Steady. If it comes to the point where me and or my old lady wants to like consolidate Facebooks, whatever one of us doesn't want Facebook, whichever one of us wants Facebook the least, we just won't have a Facebook. Like, and if it's me, I won't have a Facebook. I'm cool with that. Like,
I think that's that conversation. We be like, well, what you got to hide then? We can share a page. We look at the same stuff. We know the same people. What you hiding?
That's that conversation where I tell her I'm going to get a pack of cigarettes and never come back home.
Nah, you go to the garage, be like, where the bitch at? That's that conversation. Where the bitch at? I know she in the garage.
Say like my homeboy said, the only thing that's weirder than finding out that your dad has a second family is finding out that you're that second family.
Oh.
So that's where I'm at.
That would be
that's obnoxious.
I'm
not a fan of shared Facebook page. And like your old boss back in Liberia used to have a shared Facebook page, right?
I think so.
I think he is an example of a human being with a shared Facebook page. I just think it's weird. Cause anyway, and then who wants to interact with that page because it's like you contacting a group of people, and then okay, so I mean, how different is it than us having a shared Instagram?
But it's for a certain reason, though. It's for a podcast.
It's for a podcast.
It's completely different.
I got you. So
it's completely
if you're hitting
different.
us up, you know you're hitting us up. But I guess that's how they feel. We a business.
Man.
We are a team. The team of us.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to have a conversation with anybody that has a shared page. like potentially, I want to be able to slide into your. I want to be able to slide into her DMs.
Oh.
Potentially without you knowing.
Dirty dog.
And that's why I'm getting a shared Facebook with my old lady is having a shared Facebook starting tomorrow. No. Let it be known.
Y'all have a good time.
So the next thing about social media that I think y'all should that's burning my Buddha in this week is I also hate you know the old saying, right? You can fool some of the people all of the time. You can fool all of the people some of the time. But you can't fool all of the people all of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about that when I saw a picture the other day of this girl who went to high school with us. She was on social media. In every picture, she behind her friends. Hiding behind other people on your social media so we don't know you a linebacker.
Yeah, or pregnant. Either one.
Or look pregnant.
Yeah.
That burns my Buddha.
I mean, you got to realize.
And I will say that I was like, the way that I would take pictures sometimes, I noticed myself, like I would, like my who I was taking a picture with was like front and center. And I was kind of turned like groomsman style.
Prom pictures.
And I was like, damn, I look like I'm trying to hide something. But I'm not. I just look like that. That shit is not a good look.
Yeah.
That shit is not
You know
a good
what?
look.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Let the women hide their shit. They do it. They got
angles,
filters. Angles is real.
I mean, I feel like for online dating, like that's probably the number one thing you should look for.
Man.
But like, what happened when you meet that person? Like, you might as well just go ahead and let it all hang out. Per se,
I agree.
And just you know what I mean. Like, I've heard
a lot of people feel like if you get to know their personality, they'll get you before you get to understand that they look like Respucia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I really like her. She cool. And I had found out.
Talk to you for a year on the phone.
She actually 40 pounds heavier than what she said.
So like, I work in sales. Both of y'all boys don't work in sales, but I work in sales. And I know in sales, it's very dangerous to like impose your own thoughts and opinions to your customer. So I kind of, and I do that sometimes. And I'm pretty sure that everybody that's in sales like is a victim of that. So like I look at certain things like I look at certain people like through my eyeballs, like, you know, like through my perspective. And I think to myself, like, no, your personality will not win me over if you're 400 pounds and I didn't know. I would rather know you're 400 pounds so I can go ahead and do both of us a favor. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I work in education, so I know you don't work in education, but me and Los work in education.
I wish
and
I
would
had
like
somebody
to
that worked in
I would
sales.
like to educate you on I'd like to educate you on the way you're sounding and how it sounds a little bit discriminatory.
Not a little bit.
I mean, it could be anything.
Towards my 400-pound life.
Queens.
No, it could be. It don't have to be 400 pounds. It could be like anything. It could be just whatever. Like
Everybody
you could put a
love
filter.
Craig.
Like there's some girls that put filters on their page to hide whatever else they got. Like I don't hide. And I know you have insecurities, but be yourself. Do you, and hopefully somebody is gonna love you for you. You know, like
I feel like women do that for women though. Women do that for women. It'll be a chick who got dudes rocking all over and still throwing 6 filters on top of a picture. And you be like, what are you doing at the end of the day? It'd be for women. Women do that stuff for women.
But if you're on a dating website, you don't need to be posting stuff like that because most of the time, if you're a woman looking for a man, you know, like if you're doing it for like heterosexual reasons, then you need to post. You're not trying to impress women. You're trying to impress who you're trying to impress.
Well, yeah, and I say that the result should always be cropping effectively. And angles, like y'all said.
Angles are
It
fool.
should not be about standing behind people. Standing behind people is just the worst.
Yeah.
It's just the worst it's the worst. Like if you're in a group picture with people, find the way you're supposed to stand to make yourself feel good or feel sexy. If that means you gotta squat and throw it up with the prison pose, if that means you gotta put both hands in front of your chest and suck in.
Turn around and strain your neck to look backwards. That's
something. But don't stand behind people, because that's the deadest of giveaways that you hide. So
I feel you.
Get your hand out your pocket.
Oh, she got all selfies on her page. A number close face selfies.
Well, let's talk about a couple of things, man. So I got 2 We Told You So's for this week. The first We Told You So was last week on the podcast. We said, do y'all remember this specific comment? We was talking about Halloween costumes and how white kids want to be Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And what did we say was the one thing that's unacceptable?
Blackface.
Blackface. Did y'all hear this week?
Yeah.
Megyn Kelly, who has a show on NBC called Megyn Kelly Today, used to be on Fox News. If you don't remember, she was on Fox News for the longest. A staunchly conservative, like the prototypical blonde, attractive older woman who's like, I love everything that the Republican Party talks about. She got in trouble and was beefing with Trump. She got kicked off of Fox News, and then she landed on, or she left Fox News. I don't remember how that happened. Landed on NBC,
Mm-hmm.
and so she got her own show called Megyn Kelly Today on NBC.
Mm-hmm.
It comes right after like the Today Show in the morning. And this week she was like talking to some people, and they're talking about Halloween costumes. I don't see why it's a problem to have blackface. You know, coming up, it never was a problem. Blackface, whiteface. It's all kind, it's whatever. If a kid, if like one of my friends wants to be Diana Ross, why couldn't they make their skin darker to be Diana Ross?
No.
Whatever. So Al Roker and all of them came for her neck. And all of the rest of that. Next thing you know, that this happened like as of yesterday or today. The show is like they're canceling Megyn Kelly Today.
Duh.
Damn.
Duh.
But people didn't. She was probably already supposed to be walking on eggshells because she came in there with that reputation of that type of individual who gonna say, she said stuff like, "Oh, I love the show because I get to talk about thought-provoking things and hear different people's opinions." So I felt like I'd have the freedom to do that here, but obviously I don't have the freedom to do that here.
No, you don't. Like my thing is certain things you can't touch nowadays. It's been prevalent. We know that. Like it's across the board. Like you can't, a lot of that race stuff and all them letters they make up every 2 days about the gay community. You can't touch those things, man. You got to tread lightly with that shit, man. And if you don't, and if enough people be like, they cancel you. But they're gonna find another show though. It's not like she's not gonna have another show.
No, she'll be on XM Radio very soon.
Yeah. Her
'Cause if Howard
podcast will be
Stern
more popping than us.
Yeah, if Howard Stern's still getting it in, cause he say whatever.
I mean, at this point, you got to go all the way racist then.
Yeah. Why not though?
I mean, all the racists are gonna be the ones who are gonna be like, "Oh, that was wrong.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I want to see that beautiful piece of white privilege."
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Why would you
I wanna
deface
ask you a question.
your Beautiful white skin.
Yeah, I love it. I love this. Like I love when we get on this subject. You know where I'm going. I'm kind of throwing a little bit of porn in here. So like, I would love. I don't like whenever I see these whatever everyone in the past. Whenever I've seen, yeah, do something with this nigger dick. But like, Megyn Kelly being like, hey, I put a front on TV for all of these people, but I really like this BBC. That shit would fucking go ham for me. Like that shit would do it for me.
Something's wrong with your mind.
Why?
For you to even
That's what I'm thinking. Like I'm just thinking like this bitch don't get accepted by nobody.
Huh?
This bitch don't get accepted by nobody. She can't do shit right.
If Fox and NBC running you, yeah, you kind of like a little middle ground. You don't like Trump, but you saying veiled racist comments.
Nah, if you on Fox, you kind of out there with it.
But let's just be honest. Everybody, pause, not including us and men, likes BBC. You know what I mean? Everybody likes that. If they really, really are honest with themselves.
You're not wrong when you're right.
Everybody wants to be with a black man.
You're not wrong.
Black men are the guy. Black men, in reality, are the kings of the universe. We like when they say when you hear obnoxious people talking about I'm a black king and we come from kings and civil and you're like shut your woke hotep ass up.
Yeah,
like we ain't trying to hear that. But they ain't wrong when they right.
They not wrong when they right, bro.
The black man is the shit.
Most feared. Loved, imitated,
the most motherfucking
everything.
He a black fucking god, cutting.
Yeah.
Why you think people look at T.O. and look at yeah, big difference. Why people with big difference.
T.I.
Yeah, I meant T.O. Yeah.
Why should people look at Kevin Hart and just
that nigga said Kevin Hart. No, T.I. even worse because he little and he light skinned. Like he
I know, but it's just crazy. I just have to throw somebody else in there. It's funny as fuck that you said T. Look at people look at T.I.
Yeah, no, I got you. I meant T.O. and now that you know who I'm talking about, it makes more sense. When
people looking at Prince and just.
No, they really did look at Prince like that though.
No, but yeah. But when we talking about the king of the universe, we talking Shaka Zulu, and we talking the boys who out there with that spear, cutting like
T.O. 56 years old and ran a 4-4 in the Florida.
T.I. is look when you Bo Jackson cutting is black gods cutting
like Bo Jackson was shooting bow and arrows with his feet.
Nigga, please. shooting bows with his feet. Nigga, please. So I get it. So let's speaking of another black man who is the ultimate of black men. Another We Told You So. A couple of months ago on the podcast, we had a lot of talks. We haven't talked about this guy in a long freaking time. But one of our favorites, one of the top people of last year, and I'm gonna start it up, and I'm gonna let you two talk because y'all have like a little pre-existing condition in regards to this. Our boy LeVar Ball.
LeVar
been having the Junior Basketball Association going on for some months, and the players currently make $3,000 a month, and that's what they've been doing. And he said basically the JBA was for high school players who were good but didn't want to go to college, and he had an idea and he was like, I started the league. The league's been playing for about a year. All of a sudden, the NBA, the G League, announced that starting next year, it's going to offer 18-year-old players who have finished their high school eligibility a salary of $125,000 to play professional basketball. So basically, they stole LeVar Ball's business model
and took it up
and just threw it out there. But last year, and all in the beginning of the year, LeVar Ball was crazy as hell. Oh yeah, we got our old cover. I don't remember what the name of that one was, but I had the JBA stuff, JBL stuff. I put Junior Basketball League, and it was a picture of Lonzo shooting a jumper, and we made a whole little logo, and it was and like we was laughing about it and whatever, and it was big jokes.
Yeah.
Now the NBA doing his exact business model. What are y'all thoughts on this? Because
go ahead, Roger.
There was a little spirited discussion.
I need you to go first.
Okay, I always figured when I first heard it, I hit the group. I was like, the white man strikes, the whites strike again. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, what they did was they let him go through with it. I feel like they didn't think he could pull it off. You know what I'm saying? They didn't think he could pull it off and it would be accepted. Once he pulled it off and kind of made it, like he did decent this year. Like he had some decent little players. His son is balling. The whole little conspiracy theories, they really trying to recruit his son to shut him down. But they don't, I mean, my thing is, we talking
LaMelo, right?
Yeah, Melo.
Okay.
They trying to get Melo, the baby. They don't want Jello. They already had their chance. They really don't want Jello.
Okay.
But the way if he does it, if he gonna structure a deal, he gonna make sure Jello in the deal. Mm-hmm. Best dad ever. But like they took his idea and like applied it to their structure. It's a way to be like, look here, man. You're not gonna come in here bucking the system continuously and being successful at this. Fuck that. We can't get you on no cheating because you love that little white lady. You know what I'm saying? We thought, she was going to be what? You going to catch you out here cheating with some little... Nope, we can't catch you out here with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your son did steal from China, which was stupid. But look, them boys ain't really just out here bad like that. They be cussing and stuff on TV, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't have anything on him. He making money. He paying them boys. Now, they had a little... I don't know if do y'all watch the Facebook show?
I haven't watched it in a while.
I watch all of them every Sunday. Yeah, I watch them on Sunday and Monday.
I love those that you do shit we don't do.
What?
I just like that you own that.
Oh yeah, I'm on all that shit. So they had a little problem with players missing their checks, like new players coming in, because if you saw it, they ship you right out. They cut you and you gone. But I mean, $3,000 a month for a kid who's 18, 19 years old, that's good money, dog. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's good money. That's $15 a 2 weeks, whatever. I'm sure they're taking taxes out, but I mean, you staying at home with your people, that's good money. And the NBA said, okay, I don't think they're going to pay everybody $125, just maybe like the top players. But the White struck again. They don't like LeVar Ball. They don't like that boy. And that's what it is, man. They're like, fuck you.
Now, Rod, you got a chance to retort.
I love it. No, I love it. I love where you went with it, Los. I think that definitely you're onto something. You can't call it crazy for trying to follow a business model, because I think that there's a lot of companies that have followed the business models of other companies only to make it better. The G League has been established, and it's something that we all know. It's not like super popular or anything like that, but like it's definitely like affiliated with the NBA. I can't say that the first thing that came to mind was, man, that's fucked up. But do I really think from a business standpoint that that's fucked up? If I have the time, the resources, and everything, I guess resources covers a whole bunch of things, to create something that somebody else did that's virtually like untrademarkable. You can't trademark the fact that you're gonna pay somebody. That's all. So I think that that's pretty cool if it's legal. How I feel about LeVar Ball is let me tell you what I hope for him. I hope that there's some kid or some kid's mom or dad that says, you know what? Like let's say Zion Williamson, right? Let's just get for example. Zion Williamson says, you know what? Or Zion Williamson's mom says, I don't care about the NBA. I don't care about this. My son's going to eventually make it. He's going to be a multimillionaire. Let me send my son to the JBA so that gets publicity over the G League. Because if Zion Williamson is in the JBA as opposed to I'm watching Zion Williamson. I am watching Duke basketball this year because of Zion Williamson, and I believe that a bunch of America is gonna watch Duke basketball solely because of Zion Williamson.
Zion Williamson is the fourth heartbeat for Duke basketball, buddy.
It don't matter, but he's a big name. I get what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. I'm not talking about. I get it. I understand. He might not be the best dude. I get. Yeah. Let's not get into Duke basketball podcast.
He's the second best dude on the team. He's not the fourth heartbeat. He's the second best dude on the team, and it's pretty damn close to he could be the best. But go ahead.
And cool. And let's just even say he's the fourth or fifth heartbeat. Cool. Zion Williamson has a following. Zion Williamson has way more followers than the best player on Duke, which is RJ Barrett. I bet you Zion Williamson has more followers. So like if Zion Williamson or any player decides to go to the JBA, that's my best bet hope for someone like LeVar Ball. who's a black entrepreneur trying to start some stuff, trying to like go off with an idea that's very original. Yeah. I hope that someone just decides to go this route than the NBA, than the G League route, because inevitably there'll be a millionaire anyway. But here's how I feel about it. All three of us have been to college. If I have the option, and I'm in the G League option is for elite prospects. The $125K is for elite prospects. If I'm an elite prospect, an inevitable one and done, I'm going to college, big fella. I don't care what neither one of y'all boys say. I don't care about it. All three of us have made well over $125,000 in our lives in the years that we've been living. Fuck $125K.
Oh, now that's why. Listen.
I'm going to college, big fella, because I know going to college myself how athletes get treated on campuses. And that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to be a part of that. And I think that's going to be a recruiting tool.
No, it's not.
Cool. Go get your $125K. Go get your LeVar Ball money. But you could come here and do this.
No, I'm going to get the 125 instead of going to make $2 billion for a school. Pay me myself, and in 1 year I'll be in the league. Why would I? And I will be doing a whole lot more stuff with $125,000 a year than I will be on college. I could go to the college campuses and outshine all the athletes. So
this is the epitome of the question that they would ask us in high school. Maybe English 3 or 4. They asked us the question. I'm sure you've been asked this question that said, "Would you rather be rich or famous?" Much rather
be rich.
But as a kid, I think I would much rather be famous. If I can go back in time and make this decision between going to the G League, going to the LeVar Ball's league, or going to college, I'm going to college.
If I'm 18 years old in the G League, making $125,000 playing against college players, and I'm gonna have to go back there in a minute. But playing, I'm famous as hell. If I was the number one player come out of high school in the nation, I didn't go to college. I went straight to the G League. It's like Kevin Garnett saying, you know what? I should have never went straight to the league. I should have just went straight to college.
Okay. Let me interject a little bit because y'all running in. Y'all got some good points, but let me just interject real quick. All I would say is that it's certain priorities you need to think about there. This is what's your priority. I get what Roger's saying about college. You get treated a certain way, but Ben Simmons was getting treated that way, and he didn't. You watch that documentary. He didn't give a shit. He didn't want to be at LSU. He didn't want to be at nobody college. He like, well, I got to do this shit anyway.
And tell him why he said that.
And you know Ben Simmons was getting an all-star, any kind of treatment he
wanted. I saw Ben Simmons in BR.
But do you understand my point though? My point is Ben Simmons was telling you he'd much rather have that loot and not have to worry about that college shit. Like he's telling
absolutely.
You that. Oh, you go,
but not for $125K.
But okay. Okay, so if your point is that you can go to college and you're still under the table going to get more than $125K.
No. I'm not talking about money. Forget money. I can get $125,000.
You can't forget money.
No,
these boys,
none of that. No,
everybody who come out not rich.
Yeah,
man.
I went to college. You know what I mean? I did some years in college.
I played sports in college.
And let's just put it like this: if you told me that I didn't have to go to college, like if I didn't have to go to college and I would make more money and I could start that life path right after high school,
I'm going to that life path.
I mean, that's what any puffy Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. That's like, I mean, I know that I'm only using kind of business models, but if you're really good at what you do, Serena Williams, like, there's no reason you would go to college if you can start kind of working on that. But I get what you're saying about.
I know, but you're using two examples. You're using Kevin Garnett, who in this day and age,
I said Kevin Garnett. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, you're using Ben Simmons, who was the number one pick in the draft and didn't have a great career at LSU. He was cool. He was good. He was very good, but he wasn't the best player in basketball at LSU. Still got drafted number 1 overall. And much of that was off of his high school pedigree. Like, these dudes are going to still get drafted off of their high school pedigree. If I'm going to still get drafted and I'm going to get more money as a second round pick in the NBA, then I'd rather go to college. I'd rather go to college, not for fuck the education. I'm not talking about that.
Okay, so I mean, it is fine, and I think y'all are both making points. And listen, we got a couple more stories to get to, so I'm gonna try to put a bow on it as much as I can. Y'all are on two different sides of the fence. Los is telling you you shouldn't go to college, and Raj is saying that you should go to college. So let's just go with that, and we're gonna run away from this topic. Next thing I want to talk about, still sports, because it's interesting because it's like who you with. You talking about are you with going to college or with you not? I got another question. Who you with? Eric Reed or Malcolm Jenkins? This past week, Eric Reed, we just said shout out. He got back in the league. This podcast brought to you by Eric Reed, playing for the Carolina Panthers.
Shout out.
He was about to fight before the game with Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins, who we've discussed on this podcast before. Previously, he started the Players Coalition and secured nearly $90 million in funding for protest, police brutality, and stuff like that. He briefly protested again during this year's preseason, but hasn't done so during the regular season. Eric Reed took big exception with him. We believe a lot of players should have stepped up for Colin Kaepernick, he said, because it didn't. His agreement failed to include a promise to bring Kaepernick back into the league. I believe Malcolm capitalized on this situation. He co-opted the movement that was started by Colin and to get his own organization funded. It's cowardly and he's a sellout. He sold us out. Jenkins, when they asked him about it, said, I'm not about to get up here and say anything negative about that man. I respect him. I'm glad he has a job. I'm glad he's back in the league. I'll leave it at that. Reed went on to justify his intensity, saying, I think it was James Baldwin that said, to be a black man in America and to be relatively conscious is to be in a constant state of anger. Wow. I'm in a constant state of anger, is what Eric Reed said. And he said that's why he was trying to go upside Malcolm Jenkins' head. Nick. This has been brewing for a while.
Yeah.
And on last year's top 10 people of 2017, CNH said that Malcolm Jenkins was one of his top people. And the reason he said is because Malcolm Jenkins actually did something where Colin Kaepernick and a lot of people, he was like, Malcolm Jenkins got something done. I think, personally, it's going to be the Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali thing. It's going to be the good, bad. And I could come up with different examples, but it's going to be that idea where, and I hate to use white folks. And like, this is weird because I saw this online the other day. It was brought to my attention. I can't remember who it is, but what's her name? The chick who was on Insecure, the one who pregnant. I don't remember what her name is in real life.
I don't know in real life.
So she said something about there's a difference between white people and people who happen to be white. And her point was just that people who happen to be white are like people who were born and they're white and then they understand white privilege and they don't just try to maximize it all the time. They think about how to help other people. And people who are white people, when we use the term white people, we use people, that's people who just use their white privilege all the time and don't give a shit about nobody else but being white. So I don't necessarily agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying, but when a lot of times we say white people and we really just mean people who are like the dominant.
Yeah, we definitely don't mean all white people.
Yeah. Like, and I kind of wanted to make that.
We okay. Yeah, we.
But when I say white people in this regard, I'm just saying those people will sit up here and say, "Well, Malcolm Jenkins is right because," and Eric Reed, what do you want to happen? You just want to sit over there and kneel all the time and be mad? But Malcolm Jenkins actually out here getting something done. But now you want to fight him because he's getting something done. And all you want to do is kneel and disrespect our veterans? Yeah. Like, that's the narrative that I saw online big. Yeah. I just want to know y'all general thoughts. Who you with? Malcolm Jenkins, Eric Reed.
I feel like I can't really pick anybody because I think that the conversation why it's so mad was a backroom conversation. I think when they first started out, we're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
I hate the fact that they're airing their dirty laundry.
Yeah, I feel like it was a conversation between those three people, and I think maybe Jenkins said something.
I don't think Jenkins was in the conversation though. I think it's a Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed conversation, and then it's maybe Kenny Stills and some other people. I think Malcolm Jenkins already had a movement that he was trying to do and was like, oh well, if I go to the league, then I could get my shit funded. That's what Eric Reed is accusing him of.
Yeah, okay, but I'm saying, they said a conversation about where you want to go with this, right? And I'm sure he was around when they started kneeling, so he started kneeling, and like, I'm riding with y'all. But then I think when Kaepernick, the kind of leader, left, I think he's like, okay, shit, everybody else ain't leaders. You know what I mean? They can't spearhead nothing. I got something I'm ready to go with right now. Oh yeah, boom. Hey, all right, this is what I got. Woo woo.
This is my little plan I had.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but look, I got this little paper right here.
Now I got the little paper, and then he wrote Colin Kaepernick on the bottom. Yeah. Eric Reed said, "So what we gonna do for Cap?" Oh yeah, we got him down here. Look, it's right here. It's in pencil, but it's right here. You know what I'm saying? I think that might have been a conversation. So I can't really ride with. I wasn't there. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have. I'm not on any side. I'm just watching.
You're sideless.
I'm just hoping it don't get too ugly.
Nah, I so here, let me tell you what I like. So like, I'm with both of y'all. I really feel like both of y'all kind of like neutral about like whose side you're on. And I'm gonna say that I'm kind of neutral as well. But if I had to
before you go further, I'm leaning towards Eric Reed. But go ahead.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. And
but in the middle, yeah.
And it's great. It's great. I'm neutral as well, but I'm leaning towards Malcolm Jenkins. I think I'm not, you know, last year, whenever all of this stuff came out, I was kind of under the impression like, Malcolm Jenkins actually got something done. But like, let me tell you, like, really where I feel like I've thought about this, like in like recently. This is how I feel about this. Like, if you had a stronghold on whatever it may be, and let's just say that that's society, and that's where I think we're at right now with this issue. If you had a stronghold on society, and it was very, very lopsided, like it is for hashtag whites, you're not giving that up. So like, I just don't think that there's anything that like we could do to like really, really make such a difference that like we're equal. We'll never be there. So with that being said, I gotta dance a little bit. Like I have to. Like, and I feel you if you want to be a purist, if you want to be true to yourself, if you want to fight for your right and know what it is, I'm all there. Like I'm there and I'm there for the fight. But I feel like Malcolm Jenkins got what he could get. I feel like Eric Reed and Colin Kaepernick are fighting for something that my generation, the next generation, maybe even the next generation, it's unattainable. Like there won't be that equality that you're looking for. It will not happen within the next, and that's cool if you want to play the long game. But I feel like at least Malcolm Jenkins got what he could get. And if you want to play the game, I got what I could get, but I'm still doing me. I'm still gonna kneel. I'm still doing that. So I feel like these boys, like I really don't like the fact that me as a black person, I'm gonna say we are fighting with each other. I feel like that there's something we can do to like coincide. We can't fight with each other.
Hey, I don't know if you saw Wakanda, but Buddy said I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
And like I said, I feel you on that.
Right,
like, and I'm not saying that
I respect like the fact that we have a podcast and we talk about different things, like you said earlier. How you like the fact that Los watches things that you don't watch. I actually genuinely respect the fact that you believe different things than I believe, and that you're free and willing to express them.
Facts.
That might have been that statement. I mean, just your comment right there. It might have been kind of the most I feel like I've been on the different side. Like you pushed me so much further to Eric Reed's side with your monologue just then.
That's
that was
cool.
like. And
that's cool.
I don't know if that's cool though, because I don't know if it's a cool way to think about it. I'm not listen. And you like once again, like I said, at the end of the day, we entitled to our own opinions about things like that.
Right.
However, you saying that black people will never achieve equality and you should tap dance a little bit, and I mean, my nigga, like we can rewind the tape. That's what you said. I didn't jot down no notes. Those are the things that
I'm with you here.
Whew.
So let me tell you. Okay,
I honestly no. I say this at work a lot. If not me, then who? Like I sit over there and I talk about things. I speak truth to power a lot, and I like to let people know where inequality is and how we should kind of find some middle grounds here. You do have a point about that. White people, it's tough to relinquish power. That your society and has been ingrained into our society, that you're going to have that power.
Yeah,
it's messed up that globally darker skinned people always end up marginalized more than lighter, fairer skinned people. I mean, read this book, Guns, Germs, and Steel. It tells you a lot about why certain societies have came to the top of society.
Not even it doesn't even matter your ethnic background.
Yeah.
I know little Hispanic kids the black Hispanic kids, I call them Mexicans. They have trouble inside the society.
My part would just be that Eric Reed may be looking for something that's unattainable in a way. Okay. But if his main gripe is that Colin Kaepernick's not in the league and Malcolm Jenkins should have fought for that, and that's part of what we was gonna do.
If that's
like
his main gripe,
we wasn't
him.
making no deals with the NFL unless Colin Kaepernick got back in his league. And if Malcolm Jenkins was like, man, that's not that important to me. We got some money, and Colin Kaepernick should be more happy about it. Like, I think I think it's so slanted the other way that they could have got more. That's just on that micro level. The macro level of what you said is just I'm still just kind of sitting here, and I really don't have a lot of.
I feel like, look, I feel you on all that, and I think that Malcolm Jenkins is the spokesperson right now for everybody that's in the league that's black that's not really saying shit.
Okay, no. I don't mean. Yeah, I get that. Let me just put it this way.
Shit.
If Medgar Evers had thought, and the people around him, I bet that there was niggas in the 1950s saying that, I don't know why these niggas going over here kneeling at or sitting in on this diner, or trying to sit on the back of this bus, or doing any of this, or getting bit by these dogs, because shit ain't never gonna change. We always gonna have different bathrooms with whites only and coloreds only. We always gonna have to sit in the back of the bus. We never gonna get the same jobs as them. We'll never be the president. If they thought that way in the 50s and the 60s, then we would still be how we are in the 50s and 60s. Yeah. So you can't make that point that Eric Reed and Colin Kaepernick are fighting for something that's never going to happen. Yeah. Because if you have that defeatist attitude that it's never going to happen, and we're never going to be on equal footing, then it's going to be tough for us to be there. And that's all. I mean, and I guess that's the sentiment that I want.
No, and you know what? There. You know what? You know, and no, like, so look, so like I said earlier, whenever Los gave his spiel, and I feel like whenever you're giving your spiel, it is very, very difficult for me to like disagree with you. And I don't disagree with you. Like, I think that there's something to be said for, you know, fighting for your right to be equal. Like, and I think that you, in a sense, individually feel equal, because you're successful in what you do, and Los the same, and me the same. I just think, you know, I appreciate the people that can step, and I'm speaking on Colin Kaepernick. I feel like I appreciate that for you, but like, that's not where I'm at. Like, I can't fight for that. And you know what's crazy? Like, even in the grand scheme of things, like, Colin Kaepernick is still a rich person. Like, Colin Kaepernick didn't like give his riches, because he's still rich. He's still rich. Like, if Colin Kaepernick would have got drafted into the league at whatever $100,000 a year when he got drafted and became an activist, and cool, but like, he's rich and he's seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and all of that stuff, and then like, so he's going with it. Cool, but like I don't really understand that fight. Like, I get it. Like, in the long game, hold on, let me speak this. Let me speak this though. But like, in the long game, I think they'll give you some. I think they'll give you some rope. Like, I think they'll give you some slack, but they're not gonna give you enough. Like, it'll never get to the point where it's like they'll go to the point where it's dangerous before we get to the point where we'll let you be equal.
So like, you feel like
that's how I feel.
So you feel like we should just give up right now and just take whatever they throw out there to us and just rock with that and live like that?
No, like, I feel like if you're gonna dance, you know, like I talk like Al said something about tap dancing. If you're gonna tap dance, I think that you should tap dance with the intent of still fighting in some form or fashion. So like, if we're gonna tap dance, like,
there's no way to do that.
Yo, there is though. Like, I got this. Like, okay, hey, what's up? Like, I got this 20 million from you, or 200 billion, however much they got. I don't even remember how much it was, but we got this from you.
$90 million, not $200 billion.
Okay, 90. I got $90 million from you, but I'm still gonna be an activist. Like
But I
I'm
don't think
still
he
gonna
is.
fight. Okay, well, cool. And then if that, but that's not that. Like if that's my end game, and Eric Reed has a different end game, we're not on the same page. Like the boys need to get together and have like a little talk.
But the same page is getting the man who started kneeling for police brutality and who got shunned from the league back in the league because he wasn't in the wrong. And if we come to that agreement and then you Jay you leave, you don't hold your end of the bargain up when you get that money, we are beefing. That's my partner. It's just like if
Okay, go ahead, finish your thought.
it's just like if me and Al doing something and Al get put out, like he up and like, okay, this is what we gonna do, and I want to do this and I want to do that, and then you just like podcast, and you come through and say, well, look, somebody about to give us $90 million if we do this, and Al like, nah, we protesting that. I'm not doing that. I'm not even messing with that. And then they say, okay, well, we're gonna start a podcast, then put Al off. I'm not rocking with that. And you take the 90 and start a podcast and keep going with it, I'm beefing with you when I see it's on site. Because that's my nigga. It's the same shit, though.
I think it's a lot of levels to this, and it brings out a lot of strong emotion in the conversation, which is fine. That's kind of what we do. It's just, it gives you something to think about. I asked you who you with. You guys have been very clear about your reason, your rationale, and who you think is more right in this situation. I got another one that's a little less contentious of a question. Who you with? CP3 or Rondo?
I'm with CP3 on that one.
Fuck CP3.
You can't spit on me.
I don't know if he spit on him, though.
That man gleeked on him. That's what he did.
You can't glink on me. You can't glink on me in my face. Especially
Well,
if I already
a
don't
gleek is
like
a mistake. A gleek might have not been a gleek. It might have just been
Still
me talking
spit.
to you.
I'm a big face you.
He said he was trying to say "fuck you, boy," and it's just some.
That might
No,
happen.
look, let me tell
It's
you.
still
Let me tell
spit.
you. I'm 100%. Honestly, I'm 100%
You're
with
not
Rondo
doing
on
this.
this.
No, I agree with that.
You're not putting your finger in my eye.
No, I'm not mad
But
at
I'm
Rondo
also,
for watching.
yeah, I'm also 100%. I understand that that CP3 in the street would have won this fight. That's how I feel.
I've heard a lot of people say that same thing. My thought would just be if CP3 really felt like he spit on him intentionally, like and spit in his face,
He would have punched him.
he would have either punched him or I'm big facing you to the point that you're on the ground.
Yeah.
Like I'm stiff handing you to where I'm pushing you on the ground.
Yeah.
Like there's no like the way he's putting his finger in his eye.
He wasn't trying to fight.
He was trying to basically say, "Oh boy, you spit on me."
Yeah.
Not
Without
like
punching you.
Like I don't know if you know, but you spit on me.
Yeah.
Not like, bitch, I know you spit on me and you know you spit on me.
Yeah.
Like it's more. That reaction felt like
Exactly. You the fucking
you
Bro,
spit
I'ma
on me, just not
yeah.
talking in
I'ma
my
tell you
face.
something.
You spit on me.
I want to tell y'all boys something that my dad told me, and whatever, I know people always kind of like to, bring up their dad, but my dad told me little things mean big things. I really, and after watching CP, ever since he got traded from the Hornets, because I think whenever he played for the Hornets, he was a really good basketball player. He used to like mix it up in the paint, get a lot of points in the paint, and like do his thing, not flop a lot. After he got to LA, and not to say that LA has anything to do with it, but like after watching him play basketball after he left the Hornets, I really didn't like his demeanor on the court. Like I really didn't like the person that he was on the court. And I think little things mean big things. And that's why I side with Rondo. Because I'm looking at this dude play basketball and he's flopping and he's going off of hedge picks. And like he's throwing his head back trying to get a call and complaining and just
That's the
being a
game
bitch.
now, Roger. The
And
game
if
changed.
No, but I don't feel like everybody does that. Like whenever I watch like Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis, they don't do that shit. Like I'm looking at him play and I'm like, bruh, I watched you play as a Hornet and you weren't like that. Like you got to the big city and now
That's why they
you're
don't
a
get you to the free
bitch.
throw line 12 times a game.
Well,
either.
if you go online and look for Chris Paul dirty player, they got a video with him like at least 6 different times punching somebody in the dick.
Yeah.
Real
Bruh,
talk, like
Chris
on the
Paul-
court, getting kicked out of game.
We talked about that last
Chris
year in the
Paul
playoffs.
is not my. Is actually like I've actually been on record saying that Chris Paul is my least favorite basketball player because of that. Because I really do believe that he's a dirty player, and I don't think that he treats people well. So that's why I'm 100% on Rondo's side.
I mean, and I think it's interesting whenever there's kind of I like where Rondo went with it. And at the end of the day, Rondo was saying, I exacerbated. That just sounded like he jacked off on that man's face. But, like, I get it. And I'm Team Rondo because I'm not Team CP. And I think that's really where I'm at with it.
Thank you.
I don't feel that strong about CP.
I don't like CP like that.
He a short nigga in the league.
That's Graham Star's favorite player.
He elbow people and shit when he get the rebound. Me and Al talked about this last year when watching the playoffs. I was like, that boy asshole. Yes. But I mean, I'm not mad about it. He's shorter than everybody. You got to be some type of asshole to do that. Now, if he mistreating people and all that, I'm not there, so I don't know. I can't judge him on that. But if
we've been talking about a lot of athletes. Yeah. Don't you feel like athletes need water? Not spit, but like, don't you think athletes need water?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know how much water you should have in a day as an athlete?
I think you should need about a gallon.
That's what I think too. So open up the door to Uncle Smooth's cabin. Open up the cabin door.
Open up the cabin door, man.
Get away from my card, nigga. What are you looking at?
Uncle Smooth's cabin.
Chicken and giblets are over there.
Or else you'll just become another log in Uncle Smooth's cabin. But anyway, as you boys know, Broncos backup quarterback Chad Kelly got into some big trouble. Aldo Nice gets to read to us all the time. So here's my segment, Uncle Smooth's cabin. And it's where I get to read to you if I want to. So that's what I'll do, just so you understand what type of quote-unquote trouble this man is in. So Denver Broncos backup quarterback Chad Kelly was arrested Tuesday on suspicion of criminal trespass after a couple reported he came into their suburban house uninvited and sat down on their couch, mumbling incoherently according to court records. Both the fellas, Aldo Nice and Los aka COP, thought that I only want to talk about this because it was something that happened in Denver, where I live. But this shit sparked up so many questions in my head. Hold your responses until the end of the segment. But the first question that came to my mind was, if the backup quarterback for your team, and our team is the Saints, so if Teddy Bridgewater popped up on your sofa at a very inappropriate time and was speaking in tongues all fucked up, would you call the police? And if not, what would you do? I could tell you very, very quickly that I would not have called the police. I'd have been a little spooked, and I would have let that man know straight up, you can have whatever you want in this house. Pause. Call me a dick rider or call me a dick rider if you want, but I would 100% try to befriend that man. Whoever this happened to missed the opportunity of a lifetime, in my opinion. I know it's Chad Kelly, but who knows? The second thing that happened, and most recently, was Chad Kelly got cut once word got back to the team. Why? Well, outside of the fact that he tried to fight a few people, including security on that night, he has a checkered past that dates back to December 14th when Chad Kelly was arrested following an altercation outside of a nightclub in Buffalo, in which he got arrested for a fight with bouncers and resisted arrest. So maybe they were tired of his shit. But what about the party? Vaughn's party. That's right. This all started at a Halloween party thrown by none other than Vaughn Miller. This dude is an icon out here. That party was obviously the most lit, fireest, dopest party in all the city. And it shows to me that these highly paid dudes just want to get shitty like everybody else on the weekend. Did they not know this going into this whenever they made Chad Kelly the second string quarterback? Another question I have is, who let him leave? Does he have any friends? And if so, where were they? Well, all I know is that if Vaughn-O-Ween 2019 or whatever they call his annual Halloween party next year, any Bronco, Nugget, Avalanche, and even Rapid, yeah, that's right, that's the soccer team, is more than welcome to end his night at my crib, comfortably knowing that the door to Uncle Smooth's cabin will close behind him and them laws are not to be notified.
you make a good point. I mean, but we sports heads. So if we sports heads, then 9 times out of 10, if Teddy Bridgewater or Taysom Hill just came stumbling in my crib drunk,
it can't be Taysom Hill.
Well, I would talk to them and probably try to get free stuff and keep it under wraps with the team. See if I get some free tickets and all the rest of that.
No, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I wouldn't out him because I feel like that's gonna go straight to TMZ. That's gonna go straight to the news, and he probably gonna lose his job. So I probably wouldn't out him. I probably would talk to the team and try to get some retribution. But I'd make sure I got the video on my Ring doorbell of him breaking in my house, so I could pull that up whenever I need to.
On the phone.
Do you know that there's no evidence of forced entry? Like and I'm sure
They said they hit that man with a vacuum cleaner broom.
Y'all boys probably both in Los for sure, but y'all boys probably got white friends. White people don't lock their door.
Yeah, I don't know
ever.
What's wrong with them. Teddy Bridgewater showed up in my house.
Chad Kelly walked into the. I don't know if you read the whole. I need y'all boys to go read.
I feel like you just read. I feel like you did just read the whole thing.
I know, but there's more to the story. Chad Kelly walked into these people's house and sat down on the sofa with the wife.
Yeah, and then
who was holding the baby.
Yeah, and the husband hit him with a vacuum cleaner.
Listen here. We sitting down in the living room and Teddy walk in my house. I'm pulling that thing on Teddy.
No, you're not.
You a damn
bro. You're
fool.
not pulling that thing on Teddy Bridgewater.
A strange nigga. Why would Teddy Bridgewater?
Because he gonna automatically know that's Teddy Bridgewater.
Yes, just coming in your house. I would have known that was him. He walking in my house. You a stranger in my home. I don't know what you gonna do.
This man had enough time to walk into the crib, sit on the sofa. You would have had enough time to realize, oh shit, that's Teddy Bridgewater.
But I don't know what Teddy Bridgewater on. Why are you in my house? I don't give a fuck who you are.
Bro,
I'm
going
no
to bed.
business in my house, dog.
I'm going to bed. I'm gonna say, Teddy, what you need?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm pulling that
so
thing on Teddy.
So you gonna hit him with that thing?
No, I ain't saying I was gonna shoot him. I'm gonna put it on him and try to find out what the fuck going on. But I'm not gonna just trust no random nigga in my house with my wife and my kids.
But that's Teddy B. You could go to the Saints games for free.
Yeah, I'll work that out later. But I'm putting that thing on him to make sure he ain't with the. It's no reason you should be in my house, bro.
So you gonna pull that thing on him and say, "Hey, bro, what you about that life or
not?" Sit your ass down. What's happening? What you doing? You all right? What's going on?
Whenever when he gets scared,
then I'll figure it out.
When he gets scared, you're gonna be like, "All right, cool, you good? Go to sleep," and then we can talk about the tickets later.
No,
I mean, I'm gonna try to get tickets, but who knows if he could play?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So now cue up that music for nothing nice to say.
You know what they say? If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but I'll go nice.
Like Raj just said, man, it's football season and I love it. If you listen to the podcast, even the least bit, you know I'm a diehard Saints fan. I've been at all my life. When I think back on my college years, going to school in New Orleans, watching them Saints, it always brings back memories of me and the homie Jay Harry. This podcast is brought to you by the Harry.
The Harry.
Cooking red beans on a Sunday and checking out them Saints. If I could paint a picture, it used to go like this. Start soaking some red beans before we go out. Get hammered on Saturday night. Stumble back to one of our cribs and pass up. Wake up by 2 hours before the game. Harry hop on that pot. I make a beer run. Each of us grab an old comforter. Then we settle on 2 different sofas and get geared up to watch the game, grub, take naps. That was it, like every week. And our beer choice was Coors Light. We used to say it was because that's what our daddies used to drink. And we was on our grown man shit. Maybe we liked it because they had the Love Train commercials and it seemed like they was promoting the black folks. Or maybe that silver can was lit. Sometime down the line, we switched to Bud Light and Miller Light because, well, they tasted better than Coors Light. It's not really an opinion. Those be big facts. I feel like when I got in my mid-20s, I understood that imported beer was better. Heineken's, Coronas, Red Stripes, all became the go-tos. The old schoolers we ran with showed us how to put some lime juice in the bottle, sauce up that flavor a little bit to make the brews more enjoyable.
Shout out, Charlie.
And then it was Blue Moon, the beer you could garnish with oranges. And it had a unique flavor that I wasn't used to. It got me to thinking that, hey, beer doesn't have to taste nasty. I just need to find which one I like the best. That's where white boys came into the equation. They introduced your boy to breweries and opened my eyes to a world I never knew existed. I could taste the difference in hops between IPAs and lagers. I knew the color profile a stout versus a Pilsner. I felt how full a porter would get me as opposed to wheat beers. I officially became a beer snob, and honestly, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's okay to know the subtle differences between beers and understand which ones you like best. When you like to drink certain ones and how many you should have. So here I've been for the last 5 years, drinking beer, minding my own business. And then I start seeing Bud Light commercials shooting slugs at me. I know you've seen them too, although you might not have even noticed. The joints with the blue night, talking about for the many, not the few. When the dude asking for full-flavored autumnal mead, yeah, those commercials. That's all slick dissing people who don't drink Reggie-ass beer. Yeah, I said it. Bud Light is basic, and it's like smoking brown Mexican weed. Do we talk down on smokers who only want to smoke that good? Do we talk down on wine drinkers who don't drink wine out of the box? Do we talk down on fashionistas who don't buy their clothes from JCPenney? Nah, we don't. So fuck you, Bud Light. Because I ain't got nothing nice to say about your shitty marketing techniques to make me feel like I'm wrong for knowing what the fuck is up and not drinking your shitty, inferior products. So I won't say nothing at all.
That's funny with that whole conversation.
I love it. I love whenever you hit me with the so I won't say nothing at all. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But
fuck them people.
What I will say, just like you said, Thomas and other words that have an O in it, you said loggers, and I thought that was funny. I think that there is nothing that any beer person or any beer brewery or any beer whatever can do. To me, beer is nasty. Beer is made to be a nasty drink.
I love beer.
I mean, like I said, you gotta know what tastes good on your palate. If you sit down there and go and like get some flights, and I mean, I'm sure you've probably done it before, but I eventually found beers that I like.
Yeah,
that I like more than other beers. Like I don't like Pilsners. I don't like Buzz Light. I don't like Miller Lite. I don't like that.
Pea water.
I can shotgun them hoes. That's about it.
Yeah, and go pee later in 2 minutes. I'm not a big fan of those.
There's no reason to drink Michelob Ultra because it's less calories. Then why would you drink? Then why are you drinking beer? Drink water.
So why we drank that on Saturday after we get through hooping?
Exactly.
Because it's free.
Yeah, and because we just got finished hooping, so it's like water.
Yeah,
hydrating with some beer. How that makes sense? Hey, we was gonna talk about rap lyrics going wrong. That's coming up. I'm gonna save that for next week because we didn't pass it up. But I just want to give y'all one more story that I thought was very interesting. In April, there was a bust of an alleged sex and prostitution ring at Fort Valley State University in Fort Valley, Georgia. A judge recently issued warrants of arrest for 6 men who were clients of students at the HBCU, allegedly pimped out by a university employee. Alicia Janetta Johnson, a 48-year-old former executive assistant of Fort Valley State's president, was also the on-campus graduate advisor for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and allegedly used her position to supply women to clients, reportedly so they can save money for their sorority fees. Johnson is facing 6 counts of pimping and 6 counts of prostitution. She's charged with conspiracy to commit fiduciary theft stemming from allegations she conspired to take scholarship money from a student in 2015. Unsurprisingly, the men came from all professions and vocations, including a mortician, a preacher, an assistant principal at a middle school, a former lawyer for the school, and a city manager. All of the men were clients of the prostitution ring that was run on campus between 2017 and 2018. Each is charged with pandering and solicitation of sodomy, stemming from acts alleged to have occurred. A warrant has been issued for that ringleader, who is Alicia Johnson. I don't want to shine on no AKAs, but God, y'all need to bring them fees down.
Let me tell you what.
What are y'all doing?
Look, this is where I'm at with it. You always hit me with something crazy. Solicitation of sodomy? Yeah, so you can smash me in the ass.
Cutting. So it started off just, it's a prostitution ring. Oh, it's at an HBCU. Oh, that's bad. Oh, it's an AKA. Oh, they prostituting to get their fees paid.
They dookie daddy.
Oh, they going in them from the. Oh Lord,
dookie diving.
That's too much. That's way too much.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Look,
how was the probate?
Very, very like as a man.
That's my question.
Look,
how was the probate? Like,
the neophyte show was probably off the chain.
You come through and be like, all right,
look. I would be very, very, very loose with a vagina. Cousin, I'm getting my tuition paid with my vagina. That's how I feel. I'm not saying that these girls are right or not, like, but I'm saying like that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro. Especially if I'm a bad bitch.
So you're saying that they should have they're good for doing that?
So what you're saying? By the time you 27, your shit gonna look like pancakes.
I'm not gonna get it paid by more than one nigga, but if I could find me one that got that loot.
Nah, this not sugar daddies, man. This is prostitution. This comes mash me in my ass tonight.
We call in. It's a call in, and we fucking like boom. Throw me the whatever. So let me get.
Them boys was. I feel bad for them boys, man. Them boys was at work.
But it's no reason.
And somebody hit him up, and that woman hit him up and was like, "Look, I know you're AP. They got these college girls.
Yeah.
They're trying to be AKAs.
Oh yeah.
They say if you come over here,
okay,
and pay a little bit of they fees,
okay,
they'll let you smash. They don't care.
Nice.
They don't even.
So
they don't even care. They heard you an assistant principal, whatever. You could clean. You know me.
So how they look?
They
send the pic.
They AKAs.
No, they nice. The AKAs, they nice, of course.
So send you the pic.
All AKAs are beautiful women.
Lies.
They nice.
So they send you the pic, and then you be like, okay. Oh. So you send the pic, and you be like, all right, I want this one.
Los.
That one ain't going.
Los, you know what pic
is the one next.
You know what pic they sending you, Los?
Huh?
They're sending you that close daddy.
That one with her standing behind the other one?
That's the one they sending.
You know what? They will be like, all right, so how much them fees is?
How much the fees is? Shit, I pay her whole
yeah, like, all right. Well, look, she let me run that dookie. I got half them hoes.
Damn, like what nigga started that shit? Because it's not crazy. The girls that started that. It's one nigga that's
it's the chick.
The girl.
It's a dude coming at the chick.
It's a dude coming at the chick. Like, look,
what happened was
nice.
The chick realized that these dudes like to fuck young chicks at the school.
Yeah, she noticed it.
And she noticed it, and she was like, bitch, they'll pay for this shit.
Yeah.
And she probably got a little money by some Jordans.
No, and they were sitting over there saying they fees, they couldn't pay the fees.
Yeah, just little pink outfits from Victoria's Secret. He was buying little shit like that, and she was like, oh, hold on. Bitch, we can get some money. And she found some other girls who don't mind fucking, who want to be AKAs, and she like, look, girl, we finna get this bag. Boom, we ain't gotta pay for shit.
Tighten up your ship, ladies. Hey, look, check out upcoming episodes of the Best Friend Freaking podcast. We've been dropping some other crazy shit. Blackbuster Video is gonna return in a different form this weekend.
Don't tell them more. Just be on the lookout for it.
This weekend
on YouTube.
Yeah, look out for the new Blackbuster video. We got some surprises for y'all.
Yeah.
Once again, check out everything on the Best Friend Weekend Podcast Network and all our affiliated podcasts that we told y'all all about. We'll be back at it.
Yeah.
Next week, because you know what next week is? Allapalooza. I'm back at it. It's birthday weekend. It's going down.
We're gonna be doing but watching football.
I want to say before we leave that I love y'all boys. I wish I could be there for Allapalooza 2020. And
you might be able to be here for 2020, but go ahead.
God damn. I want to be there so bad.
For 2020, I think
you got 2 years to plan for 2020.
You good.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
This your golden birthday, too. What you was born on October 35th, huh?
All right, man. Well, I'll let y'all next week.
Holla.